In this week's episode of Ignore That Feeling, we are talking about Dove adverts. Look, the only type of advert that I would be in, even now, like I'm not even gonna, it's either gonna be an advert with like, for Dove, where it's like, I bet you didn't think a person like me could dance like this. And then it's like incredibly inspiring. You know what I mean?
Baked potatoes.
This is a baked potato. I want you to punch my spud in 2 pieces. This is my last resort. Mashed potato, no bleeding, don't give up. And bad auditions.
Yeah. I come in, read the lines just the way I'm talking to you. And then it said she starts to cry, and I just went, oh. Ignore that feeling.
Morrissey has a new single out, and someone sent me. I'm a former Morrissey fan and Smiths fan. A mate who is also in my position. I haven't willfully heard a Morrissey song in years, and my friend who knows that I'm a former Morrissey fan said, "Have you heard the new Morrissey single?" I was like, "No," and then I think you should have a listen to it, and it's hilarious. It's just basically him singing about. It's called "Makeup Is a Lie," and the lyrics are about how he thinks makeup is a lie, and the instrumentation. It sounds like he's singing over the "Come Dine With Me" theme tune. So,
How does that go?
do do do. No, that's it's ba-dum, bum 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 bum.
Oh.
Ba-da-da. No.
And what's the lyrics?
Of the "Come Dine With Me" theme tune, there is no lyrics.
No, Morrissey.
It's like I find them.
Yeah.
It goes, "Makeup is a lie." Okay. I found myself in Paris, right? Double entendre there, because she sat in mournful silence. By midnight came an outburst, so much louder than the cloud burst. She said, "Makeup is a lie. All makeup is a lie. All makeup is a lie. All makeup is a lie." I soon returned to Paris, to the garret of the poet, in her mind of blank reclusion, until the same explosion. Makeup is a lie. All makeup is a lie. Etc., etc. 10 years passed in boredom. I made my way to Paris. To stand before her gravestone, I read the words in granite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Makeup is a lie. All makeup is a lie.
I guess does he mean how women can catfish men with makeup?
Well, that's what I presume. I don't know. Yeah, it feels like that.
I did this travelogue one time that no one watched, but a good thing that we did on it was... It was me and Ivo and Darren.
Oh, the class one.
Ivo, Graham and Darren. Well, there was no theme to it at all.
Oh.
Anyway, we went to this place called Billingshurst in Essex, and we talked to this woman who was an expert in witches, and she was talking about how the word glamour used to mean a spell, and it was the idea that women would glamour you with their beauty, but they would do a spell where they would make themselves beautiful.
Like a filter.
Yeah, but it was the idea that witches used to do spells that made themselves beautiful.
Yeah.
But also it got me thinking about how angry people get when women catfish people with makeup.
Yeah.
Or remember all those, there was like a girl that was on Love Island and everyone was like, here's her before. And she had like glasses on and I think she'd had like different things done.
Yeah.
And it's almost that this witch expert lady was talking about basically like how you can trace a line between... basically the idea that working class women are deceiving you.
Yeah.
Because you can get access to certain spaces by being beautiful.
Yeah.
So the idea that you're not naturally beautiful gets people fired up because you're taking something that isn't yours.
Yeah, there is this kind of like weird attachment that people have to natural beauty. And if you...
Oh my God, the natural beauty trend now does my head in.
Yeah, definitely. Like the soap bar brows and it's all this kind of like, not only am I naturally beautiful, but I also made this flower myself, or it's trad wife kind of thing of like nature is doing the act of being a trad wife on the beauty of a person, going like, it's taken 22 years for me to grow these breasts and have these eyebrows and this natural facial thing. Fillers now, not, I was going to say,
Fillers on their way out because everyone found out that they migrate.
I don't know, because I didn't understand. I do find people who are. I find people. So there's these people. So there's some people that I know that are like. I'm like, wow, they're really beautiful. There's something quite beautiful about them. And then they say they have fillers, and I'm like, oh, well, not to be. Yeah. So what I see is people having fillers. I see as like a beauty. Which I suppose is
What
what
have
they're
they
going
had
for.
though?
Like cheek stuff, where you get like
Drops though.
But I mean, everything drops.
No, but people are
know?
only just finding out now that filler migrates, and it doesn't dissolve as they were told.
Where does it? Yeah, who? What
So,
absolute
like,
cowboy came up with like, don't worry about love and dissolve?
Well, because everyone was like, "Oh, it's sugar water, and it's just gonna get like reabsorbed." Because Botox wears off, but they're now showing X-rays of women's faces where they've had filler,
Yeah.
and you end up with all this extra weight in your face, and it just drags it down. It was Lou Sanders sent me a TikTok about it.
So you end up like looking like Desperate Dan, like you just have a big jaw. Is that the?
Nah, it's more like you can end up with a bigger gap between your top lip and your nose because if you get a load of lip filler, it like pulls it down. Yeah, it's not good. I think it's on its way out. But then people are getting more and more and more into skincare. Like children are getting into skincare, which is mad.
I find that freaky.
I was going to ask if you'd watched the Take That documentary.
No.
Well, it was, I kind of thought, why are they making another documentary? That answer is because they're going back on tour.
Yeah.
But there was so much I already knew about Take That, even though I wasn't a Take That fan as a child.
Me too.
But I just watched so many of those programs.
I'm more aware of the dynamic between Gary Barlow and Robbie Williams than I am of any of their songs.
They covered that in it, and I did
Beautiful.
find out new stuff.
What did you find out?
So one of the reasons Robbie comes off terribly in it.
Does he?
Yeah. Like, just like, I think if he was famous now, he maybe wouldn't have been such an egomaniac. But when you see the clips of him when he leaves Take That and gets bigger,
Yeah.
his ego is disgusting. And basically, Robbie, it turns out, resents Gary because Gary called him Blobby Williams while they were in Take That. And the weight struggles between them.
Yeah, because Gary has problems with his weight.
It's crazy because
Yeah.
you just think this just affects girl bands. But then Gary Barlow, when Take That ended, he was like, I'm so sick of getting recognised. And people would be shouting at him in the street like, oh, Robbie's bigger than you and beating you. So Gary Barlow retreated to his Cheshire mansion and he said, I just ate any food that was put in front of me. I ate it. Can't believe you're like, my boy.
Well,
He said that he wanted to obliterate the pop star, and he ate to the point that he was unrecognisable. He was massive.
wow.
And it shows pictures of how fat he was at that time, and I'd never seen him before because he just went into hiding.
Yeah, but people don't talk about that, and I love that more people are talking about like why they become fat or whatever.
Well, he just was like, I just didn't want to
Be
be a pop
recognisable.
star anymore.
Yeah.
Then if you look at him now, he's gone like the other way of, I think once he was on The Masked Singer,
Yeah.
he got like big into working out. Meanwhile, Robbie's on Manjaro because he's like never addressed his issues with foot. Oops, sorry. But like Robbie's on the GLP ones.
Yeah, but didn't he say that his eyesight's getting worse with the GLP ones? I think he did.
Yeah, he's going blind so that he can be thin. And that's tragic that you'll never see yourself at goal weight. But I guess you can like feel your ribs.
Well, there's a comfort.
Yeah.
It's where I got interviewed. I'm promoting the tour, and it's really kind of hard because the tour is about me going on GLP-1s. So I find them like answering questions, I'm answering questions that people are curious about. And I was getting interviewed.
Can you see the lotion thing?
Oh my God, yeah. So one guy interviewed me, and so you've lost a lot of weight, and I was like, yeah, I did. And he said, how much weight have you lost? And I told him,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't, and then they go, oh wow, that was very big. Like, did you have to use lotions? And I was like, for what? It's like for like.
Is it because fat people are very dry and desiccated?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm fat, not dry.
Not dry, yeah.
I think maybe there was I think you imagined there was chafing involved.
Right, yeah.
But like, as a fat person, moisturizer don't kick it. You gotta get bicycle shorts. Like, as a fat person.
I've been getting chafed on my runs. I had to buy special running pants.
Yeah.
Because I was getting like a horribly chafed fanny and arse.
Fanny and arse, not
to the point I thought one of my I thought I'd like injured my flaps from the long run. Like, it would be so painful.
Is it like when the scouts try and make a fire and they put kindling around and then they go like that and it creates like a friction?
I think it was because the fat of my arse and my thigh was rubbing off each other, and I'm not like overweight.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine.
Wow. I didn't touch it.
Well, I'm kind of close to. I'd be close to overweight now.
According to the
the racist measure of BMI. Yeah, but also accurate in my case. That's the other thing. The marathon training is making me eat so much, and I'm finding it difficult.
Well, because you're expending a lot of energy. You're running 22 miles.
Yeah, so not 22 miles, kilometers.
Oh, sorry.
So I did 22 or 23 on Sunday. But the weird thing is that I don't feel hungry. I don't feel that hungry after the long runs. And my partner keeps saying, you have to eat more today. And I'm like, I can't. But then you'll get hungry at like random times instead. And it's just making me quite like, it's fucking me up about foods.
Because marathons are unnatural. And
and I've read that underfueling's like a common thing for women.
And you do, like, when you do something, you're in it. So at the moment you're writing your book and you're doing your marathon.
I know, what a stupid idea. Basically, I wanted to do a novel and a marathon before I was 40. I didn't want to do them at the same time because everyone says a novel is like the marathon of writing.
Yeah.
So every day I either feel guilty about not writing enough or guilty about not running enough.
I know, it's a beautiful combo to be friends with you at this time.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the other day I was so cranky with Alison because she was like, tell me about the book. And I said, no, thank you. But the reason was because I thought, you can't help me because all I'm going to say is it's hard to write a book. I think it's going to destroy my career. I just was like, you can't help me, so there's no point in me boring you with it.
Yeah.
That was what I should have said.
Well, I'm a big, I'm a big time waster. I love asking questions for the sake of it, so it feels like And like,
you also sometimes ask a question
and never finish it.
Yeah, or you ask a question and I'm like, I can't work out why you've asked it.
Because there was silence. That's why. Right. That's why. But the questions I got asked doing the promo.
Well, why do you not like telling people how much weight you've lost?
Because I find it, because it's a lot of weight and then people are like, wow. And it makes me feel like do you know what? I'll talk about stuff. It's been weird. I've been promoting the tour. And like, I did one interview and I just kept crying during it. And the biggest point where I keep crying, I can feel myself tearing up now.
It's okay.
And it's weird though, because it's like, it's not like, I just feel so defensive of the person I was 2 years ago that when I get praise now, I just feel like attacked or something.
Yeah, you said this when you were at mine the other night. Basically, Alison,
I cried as well.
You were crying. Basically, Alison said that she now feels more able to stick up for fat people now that you're less fat.
Yeah,
because you felt like you had to be really, really nice.
Yeah, and it also felt like because I was invested. It's all right. It's.
If I was a touchy person, I would just touch you.
But like, no, it is. It's like, it's not like that. I'm particularly. I think I'm more angry. When I'm angry, I cry.
Oh,
so I just get angry over like. I think there was this thing of. It's weird how when I was fatter, I never really did fat jokes, and I never really like when I talked about. I'd write like an article about like, I think it's strange that people say stuff to me on public transport. It's essentially because I'm fat. But I'd be like, but it's also because I wear bright clothes and I'm a woman, and I bring up all these different things. And I think I was trying to get people to empathize with me as a human being rather than me as a fat person, because I felt like they wouldn't do that. So I got asked the other day, do you feel different looking in the mirror? Because they were talking about, like, do you have confidence? Do you have a bigger confidence now? It's like, yeah, I do, because I feel like I'd be less likely to be called names on a bus or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's where the confidence comes from. And then he asked, well, what about looking in the mirror? Do you feel a confidence there? And I'm like, no, like, I don't, because I didn't feel like when I was fatter, it's not like, when I was fatter and I'd look in the mirror, I'd be like, okay, that's like, I'm fat, but I wouldn't be like, oh, this is disgusting. You know what I mean? I wouldn't like fall to my knees and go, what have I done, or whatever like that. I'd be like, right, that's a fat body. But now, like, now I look in the mirror and like I'm smaller, but I'm not like, oh wow. Whoa.
Doing a twirl.
Doing a twirl, like, just like, oh, like,
trying on different outfits. Like a montage in a film.
Exactly. Lift up my arm, go, what is this? So it's like,
you did do a thing when we went to see Kerry Katona live.
Yeah.
You did a thing where you wrapped your neck skin around the back of your head, and we were
like a hood.
And we were like choking laughing. You leaned forward and you were like, I want to get this surgery, and then you wrapped your skin around your head, and we were like, fuck it hell.
I know. I'll do it that way. It's like,
do it the way you did it before.
How did I do it before?
It was honestly like you did that.
What? Is it this? You know what I mean? Like, am I beautiful?
I was gonna get some neck stuff done.
Yeah.
And then other times I'm just like, oh, what's the point of anything?
So I don't notice stuff in you, so why would I notice stuff in myself? I've this blindness for, like, and like the people that I fancy, like, I have such specific things of what I fancy about a person that people get a bit weird about.
That's nice. I mean, because I think I have odd taste in people as well.
Yeah.
In that I don't like conventionally attractive men.
No.
I don't like roasters either. But what I mean is I'll fancy someone if they seem if they know interesting facts about things.
Yeah. What's that sexual attraction? Like,
like young people now call it sapiosexual, but couldn't it just be like, I don't want to go out with a dafty? Like, just like if people seem interested.
Yeah, that's some of this.
But also, it was nice if they work like they exercise compulsively.
Well, I don't know though, because that's covering up something else. You know?
No, but like my partner's working out all the time now, and he looks like a babe.
You do keep saying that.
But even you said one time you were like, "Oh, he looks like he's getting ready for a Marvel film."
Yeah.
I was like, well, as the scientist.
but even if he is a scientist, he would be incredibly. But you know, like all the Marvel people
he's looking lovely, and that I think that is important.
But in a thing of like.
But it shouldn't be the number one. I remember one time I got accused of, 2 times I've had people imply that I fancied or was flirting with pretty boy comedians, and it really put me out because I wasn't.
Yeah. I don't fancy really beautiful people, but I do talk to them in a different way, and I don't know why that is. Like,
that's just everyone, though.
Yeah, but why is that? Why is there the weird, like, I remember...
Evolution.
There was this child, and she was a beautiful child. She would have been about 3. And she just, like, everything about her was just so different. I remember being in a park. It was like at this festival. And, like, these people kept offering her biscuits. Like, just strangers would offer this child biscuits.
It's evolution.
But it's such a, like, yeah.
A similar thing is, like, Joel Dommett, again, like, such a lovely person. And I like him a lot because he used to be a emo. And his dad also works with HGVs. So,
there's a connection.
The last time I gigged with him, I was like saying, "Oh, my dad knows your dad," and then we talked about going to Truck Fest as children. But anyway, I did a terrible gig in Stirling years ago, and me and my friend both got heckled all the way through. And then Joe went on, and he was so strikingly beautiful, especially
Yeah.
to like the people of Starline,
Yes.
that no one heckled them. They just went, "How'd you get your teeth so white?" Because or even like, remember when Brett, I don't know if you'd have been in London when Brett Goldstein was on the circuit.
No.
It was so strange doing like gigs in Rochester with him, because whereas now it's more, it makes sense that he's in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because in person he was just so strikingly handsome.
Yeah.
That you're like, this person can't work in an office. And I sometimes think, I bet a lot of actors end up in acting because they're hot first, and then the acting comes second.
But because people go, have you considered being an actor? No one
Yeah.
goes, yeah. It's that kind of like, I do find like, character actors who you don't think are good looking when you see them on the screen, they're incredibly beautiful in real life. Like
Literally,
the standard of like a person who would play the villainous guy in Bridgerton or something, who's like not the love interest but like a weird lech, incredibly handsome in real life. Like just
I tell you who's like that, Rafe Spall.
Rafe Spall, yeah.
I did a panel show with him. Jesus Christ,
Really?
so fit.
Yeah.
So and like so charming and charismatic.
Yeah.
That when he like looks in your eyes, you're just like, oh.
Like most of the roles that I auditioned for are like,
Some of the descriptions you've had are so insulting.
I know. Be like some absolute monster or whatever. Fug.
There was that.
Fug or something. F-U-G.
I remember we went to see this film you were in. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And it was but then we got to your scene and you were just eating chips.
Yeah, even in my sitcom that I wrote myself, I wrote the script, and then someone involved in the crew, and I'm going to say who, was like, in this scene, could she eat a biscuit? Because she's upset. And I was like, it's not in the script that I have to eat a biscuit. Do you know? And he's like, I'm just offering a different take on this, and I'm like, me eating a biscuit.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's mad. Or like, my favorite thing was once I was auditioning for this advertisement, and there was a few different roles in the advert, and there was this woman. I'd say, so I sat in the waiting room for my part, and it's me, women in their 60s, people with protruding eyes. Like, that's the type of role that, like, genuinely, it's mids. You know, those are the big adverts that the only type of advert that I would be in, even now, like, I'm not even gonna, it's either gonna be an advert with, like, for Dove, where it's like, I bet you didn't think a person like me could dance like this, and then it's like incredibly inspiring. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm here to inspire, not perspire. You know, it's like that. Or it would be an advert for a mobile phone company going, I bet you didn't think she could dance like this, and it's very uninspiring.
Or the one where the women's roaring through a cone.
I look through my emails.
Stop bragging.
I swear. I think I did a self-tape for that. Or like, I've definitely seen some adverts that I've self-taped for, and I'm like, anyway. But this woman, she was trying out for the other role. It was like I think it was an office role, and I was trying out for the people with protruding eyes, women in their 60s, fat people. And she was trying out for the role of the woman eating salad, having a nice time. And then I could see she went in for the audition, and then the woman who was helping her audition goes, yeah, just wait in here, try out for this role too. And she walks in, and then she sees everyone in the room that she's auditioning with, and I could see her have like a weird existential breakdown where she's like, I've been put into the room with the uggos. Like, they've put me in with the uggos. Yeah.
You know, Jess Fosterque, a comedian, she does a lot of acting, and she says it really becomes, it's like, you cannot deny how you look when you get into acting auditions, because you'll just go and there's like 20 people that have slight variations on how you look.
Yeah.
And that's one reason I've never like pursued auditions or self-tapes is I just found it so demoralising getting the descriptions. And the last few months I had a load of audition things through. But I got every description is like, she's a cunt. She's a
Yes.
horrible cunt. And
Your one there. I was like hard faced or something.
yeah, hard faced. It's really brutal. I got
Not
asked
hard
to.
faced in your. Sorry, I mean in a. Because that sounds like I'm trying to describe your face. What I'm trying
No,
to do
no,
is,
it's always like she is cold.
I don't want to contribute to you feeling bad about yourself.
No.
Yeah.
I got asked to audition to play a cop in this thing. I was a cop who was a Catholic, okay, and I couldn't even begin to imagine what mindset I would have to want to join the police. So I said I can't audition for it. And then the politician,
You're like, what's my motivation? Being bullied in school. That's it.
yeah, oh yeah, I could have done that, couldn't I?
Look.
But even that I was bullied in school and I still wouldn't want to join the police. But anyway, the politician Mary Black got the part. Fair play to her.
Yeah.
And actually, like, I could see her being in that
Yeah.
role. But yeah, I got asked to audition to be a scientist who solves a murder or something. That was quite a big show.
I think I got an audition for it. Anyway,
What was the show? Was it
It's something with
Chris? Was it? It was Rafe Spall's dad.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Was it like? Yeah.
She's a scientist.
Yeah.
And she's all cranky, but
She is all cranky.
You got that as well?
Yeah. Because
What? Well, okay, so when I had the
she
audition...
was really cheeky. She was really cheeky to
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd said to myself, right, I'll make an effort. And I'd said to my agent, I'll make an effort with acting auditions.
Yes.
right? And because some acting auditions I've been very...
I'm terrible at them.
Did I tell you about the one, it was for like Ian Sterling's sitcom where they asked me to... It was the week I'd bought my house. So I was just thinking about moving everything in.
Yeah.
And hadn't learned any of the lines.
Yeah.
I was literally reading Ian Sterling sat opposite me and Steve Bugale both giving me like big encouraging smiles.
Yeah.
And then there's this casting woman, right, who's used to seeing actors come in and be all enthusiastic.
Yeah.
I come in, read the lines just the way I'm talking to you. And then it said she starts to cry and I just went, oh. And I could see Ian and Stephen like, oh God.
Oh my
We've
God.
backed this woman.
I know.
The casting woman's like this. Do you want to try that again? Because usually she gets people, I'll do anything for a show.
I know.
That's what I hate about acting. I don't want to be like that because I've already done all the things in comedy, so I've maybe used that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like with acting, because like I've had the weird thing of having to sit on the other side of auditions and have actors auditioning.
And did you ever? I've had like friends come in and audition, and then they get nervous, and it's so brutal because you're desperate for them to do well.
I know, and then you're discussing stuff after with people. I feel like Sharon Osbourne on X Factor. You're just like looking at photos of people and going, I think they could be good or whatever. And I've found like I did a play last week where you had to do a play within 24 hours, and I was with professional actors, and like they cast me in a musical, and you have to remember your lines in a musical because they got like music going. And when I went up in the national stage in Ireland, the Abbey Theatre, and I totally blanked, and I ended up just riffing, like
while singing.
Yeah, and then it was terrible. It was terrible. And Shauna, who's an actress, she was giving me the lines, and she was like, and I said to her, I broke character. I was like, what am I supposed to do now? And I'm on stage, and then I just started riffing and did like
raps.
I just freestyled, as they say. But I was so frustrated with like because the actors are incredible at what they can do. Like
it's mad because I used to be like, I don't have respect for actors, and then when you see what they go through, it's mad. The thing I find
our self-esteem is so messed up. How are their self-esteems?
Well, that's the thing. When I've been on the side of casting people, when you've wrote something, you can easily see how actors go mad about working out and their weight because that's the only thing they can control.
Yeah.
Because so often people are rejected, even when they look right and they're great actors, if the chemistry isn't right or if their accent's just a bit off, and you're just like, what a brutal thing to do. But what I was going to say is I kept getting all these auditions like, she's a mean scientist. It's always like no bullshit women. She's a no bullshit police woman.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can't audition for this. Then recently I've been playing this part where I'm in a cartoon for babies. And I basically play a woodland spirit made out of mud and twigs.
Amazing.
And I steal this baby's flute and I give them an enchanted flute.
Wait, you steal. Sorry.
Not the Irish meaning.
Okay, good. Because flute is a euphemism for penis in Ireland.
No, the instrument.
Yeah.
We're never going to get sponsorship.
Okay.
Other than from like the Pedo Network or something. Listen, I had to steal a flute and give a baby an enchanted flute. And the flute made all the villagers dance like they were possessed.
Okay.
The director's telling me this, and I was like, I fully connect with this character. I've had so much ease. Like, I was like laughing at the babies, like, you idiots. Like,
yeah.
I just was, and then they were like, do you want to come and do another episode? 1,000,000%. Never felt more comfortable in at all.
Amazing.
So I think if anyone wants me to be in their cartoon, I'm in a major Netflix one this weekend. You got annoyed because I was playing a fat woman.
Yeah, yeah.
Alison was like, oh, so now you have to be thin to play a fat woman in a cartoon. Being fat wasn't like a big part of her personality.
Well, it's a big part of her physical. She's fat.
Yeah, I don't actually feel like my voice matches up to her.
No, it doesn't. Your breathing doesn't. I would have killed that role.
I sent you the clip. So I sent you the clip.
Yeah,
I don't think it quite matches up.
It's funny because like 2 years ago when I was fatter, I used to go on podcasts. People used to go, you sound like you've got sleep apnea. They were correct. There was problems with my breathing that was coming out on the podcast.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I want some apnea representation in voice acting. I think, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, I'm just thinking I'd love to do more cartoons. It's such a good job.
Yeah, I like cartoons.
Have you done one?
I've done some, yeah.
What did you do?
Like a Northern Irish one where I'm in an office. It's like a short film. And like it's an office in like a supernatural world.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did a cartoon to tell people to stop killing themselves.
Yeah, I would use you as that. I'd love that. What would you do? Like, don't do it.
Well, no, I hadn't written it.
Yeah.
So that was where the issue came in. I was reading it and I was thinking, as someone who's had a go at this a few times, not one of these. I just was like, none of this would stop me. And I kept laughing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, the poor guy that's written it is out there. And I'm just sitting in the booth laughing because I just thought, this is never, it's just a lot of calling people mate and hey mate.
Don't do it, mate.
Talk to your mates.
Talk to your
Usually once you've got to a certain point of mental illness, you're quite isolated. Yeah. I wonder if they'll ever let me write my own suicide campaign.
Let's make one now, an anti-suicide campaign. Right, I'm going to try and think of it.
Well, I've had to talk people in my life out of it before.
Yeah, me too.
And I've said...
What have you said?
This is to someone I care about a lot.
Yeah.
I said, if you think things are bad now, in your 20s, like, you don't even comprehend how much worse it's going to be.
What? How are you saving this person?
Because like, you've got your health. This is what, if you're in your 20s and you feel like unalive yourself, you don't even know how good things are. Your body's never going to look this good again. It will become old. Your piss function will stop working. Things you didn't even know about your health will stop working. You're going to have to find care for your elderly parents who you don't like. you're still going to have to do it. Then you're going to fight with your siblings over whose job it is to pay for the funeral costs after you got yourself into debt by paying all of them because your sister said she couldn't pay it and she'd pay you back later. You don't even know the little bad things that are you signed a 5-year fixed rate interest mortgage and then the interest rates changed dramatically and now you're best friends on 1% and you're drowning in 5 or 6%. Like, you don't even know.
So wait. Are you campaigning for people to kill themselves? Or
No.
Because it sounds like you are. It sounds like you're like, get out while the COVID.
No.
Get out while you have a beautiful, flexible body
you've probably got
and an inflexible mortgage.
You've probably got 15 years of goodness left.
Yeah.
And then you've got some difficulty. But after your parents have died, you'll come to terms with, do you know what? I'm never going to get the parents that I wanted, but they're gone now.
Yeah.
And you can enjoy your 70s at last.
Go on a holiday.
Get a herb garden. Because they say that happiness drops, I think, in your 40s or 50s, but then it skyrockets in like your 70s or 80s.
Oh, no. That's
great.
No, that's great. But like a lot of people die in their 40s and 50s. Like,
not a lot.
Well, a few. Like, I'm thinking of like
Dawson, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
48.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, from Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, he's died. But sorry. Which I was very respectful of.
Well, what would you say for an anti-suicide campaign?
Oh, genuinely?
Yeah.
Okay, this is I actually was considering talking about this. Sometimes...
Are you going to talk about when you punched a potato into the ground? It's still an important part of our mental health journey.
Which is going great.
Basically, the way we became friends is we both were in like we had like teen psychiatric care.
That is how we. Yeah. How did that come up between us?
Because we went for an ice cream in Dublin, and then we just doodled on bits of paper, and we were like, I was in a psych unit. What about you? And then you said, I punched a potato into the ground until my mum stopped me.
Yeah. She goes, I was like, I don't know, I was maybe going into secondary school, and I don't know what the lead up to it was, but I do remember punching the potato into the floor.
Was it baked?
It was baked, so it ended up being like a boxing glove around my, because I was mashing, and my mum was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, I actually don't know. And then I had to tell her stuff. But like the thing about
it's better to punch a baked potato than cut yourself.
I know. I wasn't really a cutter. You were a cutter.
Oh, that massively.
Yeah, I was.
Now I wish I'd known about the baked potato. I was like, cut my life into pieces.
This is a baked potato. Punch my spud in 2 pieces. This is my last resort. Mashed potato, no bleeding, don't give up. Potato roach. But the mental health thing. So like it's weird. Like, so I've had suicidal ideation a fair bit throughout my life.
We never used to call it that.
I know. It used to be
trying to kill yourself.
I know. It used to be.
Suicidal ideation sounds like a pleasant daydream.
It does. Like, you don't ideate. Like, to ideate stuff sounds lovely.
But I didn't know if everyone was saying that now or if it was just you.
But I don't think there was a word for it before. Because so basically, punch potato into the floor. Ireland was at the height of the economic boom, so
there was a lot of potatoes.
There was a lot of potatoes. But there was a lot of free mental health help in my school. Right?
Really?
My school was at the forefront at the time. It had a new gym, and it had this guy, a deacon, who was amazing. Like, I used to have to leave double German every week and go to get counseling. They brought in psychotherapists, psychoanalysts, all these different people, not just counselors, but like, and social workers, all this specific stuff.
Wow.
Real good stuff. And so I was used to, from a like 13 up until 18, constantly getting mental health help, and they were really cool about it. But there was one. Now, when I'm looking back, I'm like, she was just concerned and she was being sound. But I was really into the Smiths, really into Morrissey. I wasn't particularly like the suicidal ideation thing is a weird thing to. I thought that people who tried to kill themselves properly try and kill themselves. Once I lay down in front of a parked lorry and I was like, kill me. And someone was like, stop. I was very dramatic. But
did I tell you about the time I put Prozac in my ear?
No!
And it was one of the most embarrassing times.
Oh, what? Isn't there a song of you got flavour in your ear or something like anyway, so you put Prozac in your ear?
Yeah, but not as a death wish. But it was around one of the times where I tried to talk myself. So
Yeah.
I was on the phone, and I was on a house phone, and I was just playing with my Prozac because it was laying around, and then I put it in my ear, and then it got stuck in my ear. I had to go to the hospital.
No! How old were you?
Like 16. And I had to go to hospital to get it out.
Who brought you?
I don't remember. I'm sure my mum or dad.
Before
and
turning the Prozac on herself. Sorry.
It was so fucking embarrassing. And I had to explain, look, I just fidget. Because I was a smoker then, but obviously you can't smoke in your parents' house. So I was always just very fidgety.
I did.
Meant to say, I chewed through another stress ball last night like a dog. And the filling is actually really sweet.
Oh, nice. Good.
It's like sweet glue. So I'm thinking I'm going to start smoking again.
That sounds poetic. I chewed my stress ball again.
It's weird because when I get those stimmy stress balls, it's both. When I buy them, I think you're appropriating, you're taking something meant for autistic children. And I think
you're
again,
an autistic adult.
No, but I still sometimes go, nah, you're not. And then when I chew through 3 balls in a week, I think, oh no, you do have it.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, I put the Prozac in my ear, and at the hospital, the doctor's like, oh, you know you're supposed to put it in your mouth.
Oh my God.
And it was just embarrassing, and I was worried they would think that I'd done it because I was trying to like get it straight to the brain.
You find ultimate happiness.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, Fern is grand.
Prozac doesn't make you happy though, it just makes you like, no.
No, and I was on meds, and I later Googled, and they were antipsychotics, and I was like, no one told me.
No one told you were on antipsychotics.
No,
you must have been a zombie.
I must have been. But like, it's a weird thing of like, maybe. Look, also, at the best times, I don't pay attention. So I'm like, people didn't tell me. They probably told me several times. They probably held me by the face.
You could have read the packet.
I could have read, but I Googled the name of it after because I was like, I was on medication. I want to find out what it was. But there is this weird thing when you're open about like suicidal ideation, people get weird about it, and I don't like people getting weird about it.
We're probably supposed to frame it in this podcast. We need some piano music over. You being like, I punched a potato into the ground.
It's embarrassing. That's my biggest emotion from that. I'm embarrassed. Maybe it's because when I was 13 and I had to go for help, and then my friends and people in school would be like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I have to go to this person every week," and they were accepting of it and fine of it. That I never had the shame attached to being mentally ill.
I had it because when I went in the unit, my parents pretended that I wasn't in the unit.
Yeah, that's so funny. Like
that was incredibly confusing.
Out of wedlock. And
and the baby was madness.
Gave birth to madness.
Yeah, it was weird because I could only go back to school to do my exams, and everyone else was in their uniform, and I was in normal clothes.
Yeah,
I felt quite cool.
Yeah.
But it was weird because they wouldn't mention it. When the taxi was coming to pick me up, they just pretended it wasn't happening.
Isn't it weird? This is the weird thing that like we got help for our mental health issues.
Yeah, that's a luxury.
But we didn't get help for like being ADHD or autistic.
Oh,
It
I mean,
wasn't
I'd say
spotted.
most of the people in my unit were autistics.
I know if I look back to like my shit, like I think it's like CPTSD and ADHD kind of combined. I don't think it was like mental illness. I think it was in relation to some, but like that never was.
Well, I was very depressed though, but I was depressed because I found school not useful.
Yeah.
I think I would have been preferred to have just studied at home.
But I had a counselor and I kept telling the counselor, I'm really looking forward to this holiday that we're going to in Portugal with the school. Like I was like, I can't wait to go out there. And she was like, are you in a hotel? Will there be balconies at the hotel? And I was like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, and she tried to not let me be allowed to go on the holiday to Portugal because she was afraid I might kill myself.
Oh.
So then I said, I will kill myself if I don't go on the holiday to Portugal. And I got to go. So,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
I've still not been to Portugal as an adult.
Beautiful place. Oh, well, I've only been as a kid. I went to. Have you been as a
No.
kid?
Yeah, I went as a kid.
Did you go to Fatima?
I remember Fatima being a big thing in childhood,
Yeah.
but I didn't go on a pilgrimage there. My dad went on religious pilgrimages.
So Fatima is a place where Catholics go on religious pilgrimage because a child saw the Virgin Mary there,
Yeah.
Our Lady of Fatima.
She was popping up a lot.
Especially in Ireland. When the economy was
Portugal.
going bad. Like it is mad how like both Portugal and Ireland, the economy wasn't going great in either of them, and Mary comes along. Boof, we got a lovely
mean, I've always thought Catholicism is a religion for
poor people. Yeah,
Apart from in
because
America, Catholics are rich Republicans.
But that's because they're American. Because like Catholicism is like you're gonna have a shit life now, but you'll get your reward. And
I know.
but that's to make poor people feel better about their lives. And if you're American, there's the American dream. So it's but like in Fatima, they used to have these candles with body parts in the shape of candles in the shape of body parts. So you could buy like a pancreas if you had problems with your pancreas.
No.
Yes, and then light a candle and pray for your pancreas. That's my favorite. I love Catholic tat.
I feel funny about Catholic tat. Like I wouldn't buy it in for my house because it was in my house growing up. Unironically,
Yeah,
there was always porcelain things of Mary holding Jesus, and
I love a Sacred Heart. I love those pictures.
we didn't have a picture. The Sacred Heart would be more like your grandparents would have it.
Yeah.
And that's like quite a camp picture of Jesus holding or fingering his heart. He's fingering his heart.
Yeah, and then looking at you.
And like,
what are we gonna do about this then?
yeah, no. So Sacred Heart would be more my grandparents' house, and then my granny, my horrible granny, big into Jesus. She had a ton of Lives of the Saints books. I've probably spoken to you about that
love
before.
Lives of the Saints.
Yeah, because it's just like mad horror. It's like Quentin Tarantino could never.
Yeah.
Like the violence in the Lives of the Saints.
The
is
way
crazy.
that the saints have died are crazy.
Well, the consistent thing with a lot of Lives of the Saints, especially the women, would be like they were so holy
Yeah.
that even after their head got chopped off, their head would be on the ground going, I love Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That was like, do you not remember that being a thing?
Big thing. And their tits getting cut off. There's a lot of like weird kind of
Tit would get cut off and milk would come out to show how pure you were.
absolutely pure. And you said before, I think, that like Catholics are big into the lives of saints, but not big into reading the Bible itself, and that's more of a Protestant thing.
I think
it was you that said it.
Yeah,
or-
well, compared to other religions, because isn't Protestantism's more about like, or different forms of Christianity is more about like reading the Bible and
Scripture
engaging
and
with
stuff.
it.
I never did it.
No, because Catholicism is the priest is delivering it to you.
Yeah.
And I think that then creates the whole culture in Catholicism of never question anything. Don't ever think or reinterpret anything.
Yeah.
Just take what I'm telling you. And then you look at Judaism and they've got this amazing thing of like questioning and constantly going over and over and over stuff.
Yeah. It's come on. Do you know, I went to Mass for the first time in years just as a like to see what's going down.
Yeah, you said this at Christmas, and I was so put out at you.
I know, but
You couldn't force me back in a church.
the reason, okay, yeah,
Even if I see a priest, I go. I just have such a.
I don't have a
They're
great.
little creeps, man.
So the priest did this new thing where he goes, any child come up to the altar and ask me a question about the nativity. So all these kids, about 40 kids, get up and they're asking questions about nativity. First question, who made God? Who made God? And like, that was a hard one to answer.
What did he say?
He made an analogy. He was cool. Like, if you're watching this, no issue. But like, he was talking about
The priest's watching our
ignore
podcast.
that feeling. Yeah. We're big about trees. He made this analogy about how when you bounce a basketball, you don't. Yeah, look, I can't remember, but the one that my favorite one.
Great.
My favorite. There was
That's
two.
cleared it up for me.
Yeah, look, I didn't take it in.
You bounce a basketball.
Yeah, and you believe in God. Slam dunk for it. The other question they asked was there cheese at the nativity? Like, child asked, was there cheese at the nativity? The priest said, yeah, but it would have been goat's cheese. There wasn't many cows around that time. So that was a good point. And then the other one, the other one they got asked was, did Jesus get reincarnated? And he shut the questions down at that point. He was like, there was no reincarnation. It's very against... I think he did, if he came back to life.
Yeah. Just came back to life.
That's what the kid was. I think that's what the kid was kind of asking about.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you put those two together? But
it must be so tricky because the church is trying to reinvent themselves.
Yeah, the Catholic
but there's
Church.
only the Catholic Church. They've had a lot of bad press.
Yeah.
People don't believe in them anymore, and I saw them trying to make themselves cooler at the tail end of me being in Catholicism.
Yeah.
But they were really trying when they got that PR for the Pope, and there was all that nonsense about him being a good Pope.
Yeah.
That was so sinister.
Did I tell you about the last time I went to confession? And it was when I tried to kill myself. So I was kind of like residually Catholic.
Did you think that suicide was a sin?
Mortal sin.
Really?
More, because that's what I was told. I was told like that's the biggest sin
I
you
knew
could
they
do.
thought that, but I mean the bell jar won out, and
Did it?
yeah,
Always
like
does.
literature was my Bible. No, but like it did. I was reading a lot of stuff where I was like, "This is the way to go."
I love that you're like Sylvia Plath is stronger than Jesus.
Oh yeah.
But I went to confession because I did an attempt and I was like, right, I'm gonna have to sort this out. I felt it was a weird thing of like, because I'd never tried a really, really mortal sin before. And even though I was coming out of Catholicism, because that was such a big sin, I was like, right, I'm going to try and square this with God. And I went in and your man goes, and I was quite a young teenager, and he goes, what's, tell us your sins. I was like, well, Father, I tried to kill myself. And he goes, oh, Jesus. Like that. The priest said, oh, Jesus. And then he was like, 4 Hail Marys. So I had to do 4 Hail Marys to apologize. I think it was 4 Hail Marys. It was a couple of Hail Marys. But I liked that I sinned that badly that I made the priest take the Lord's name in vain.
Oh.
That was the...
I used to just tell them what they want to hear.
I mean, that was the big one, wasn't it? You would just make up sins.
I didn't make them up, but I just thought what would be the kind of, like, using all the swear words.
Would you list them out? Would you be like, I said...
No. I'd say I used all the swear words and I was mean to my brother and stuff, but I didn't go to confession that much. And then every time you had to remember the routine. But I hate the way they represent confession in films.
Yeah.
It's just never...
I think the last time that I went to confession, I was thinking of myself in a film. Do you know what I mean? It was more like
I always feel like there's no way a Catholic wrote this scene.
Yeah.
Because it always shows the priest as this compassionate figure. Whereas to me, a priest would be...
He's an answer machine.
I think priests are just these local... I always found them very eccentric characters, and I wouldn't put any faith in them. I could see my priest shaking, laughing at me on the other side of the curtain one time.
When you were doing confession?
Yeah.
What were you confessing to? Put a Prozac in your ear?
No, I spilled purple nail varnish on my carpet and I covered it up with a bedside table so my mum doesn't find out.
That's funny.
To me, it wasn't. I was shitting myself.
You were like, God is gonna.
Yeah, no, mama.
I think priests are like stand-up comedians, though, in a way. Like, there's a performance element. There is.
Often accused of sex crimes. And always getting away with it.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it.
We are on a mission here to ignore that feeling.
You should wear this hat. You should wear this hat.
We are on a mission here to ignore that feeling. We're on a mission to get 1 million subscribers.
1 million.
By next month.
Yeah.
So if you like this, smash that subscribe button in the box below. And do get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you.
The harder you smash your keyboard, the more subscribers we get. That's the rules.
And you can send us a voice note on WhatsApp to 07754413772.
Or email us at ignorethatfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Thank you. See you next week.
Ignore that feeling.